Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. Today I'm here with my partner in crime. You remember him from my Minecraft series, the chicken. I was the penguin, he's the chicken. Together we're the birds of prey. Not really, but whatever. So yes, today I'm doing the Rise of Skywalker review. We saw it last night, but we didn't have enough time to film, so I thought we'd be able to do it today. I got him to agree with me. He's not so big on YouTube, so I'm just gonna keep his little backstory vague. But he is like interested, so I thought I would like bring him on for a bit and we'd have this nice back and forth thing. Why don't you say hello, give your intro, you don't have to go into deep details, just let them know who you are.
Hi.
Alright, that's his intro, guys. He's a man of not many words, but he's a popular guy in school. Don't know how that works, but let's get on. So as I said, we saw the Rise of Skywalker yesterday. I know that it's a bit weird because I did my Star Wars series where it was supposed to be a three-parter. I only did part 1, and now I'm back to the Rise of Skywalker review. Don't worry, I'll do parts 2 and 3. And if you haven't seen Rise of Skywalker yet, please leave this video. It's a spoiler-filled video, so stay away. And as I said, part 2 and 3 will come soon. And I'm guessing those parts will just be for the people who haven't seen Rise of Skywalker yet. Anyways, let's get into the video. So we can talk about the plot, I guess. So the plot is mainly about, some time has happened since the Last Jedi, and the First Order, it's kind of like at a low point. They have wasted a lot of their ships. Starkiller is gone, so they're really low on resources. Kylo is the supreme leader now. The Knights of Ren are here. I really like that the Knights of Ren are here, and they're basically going planet to planet looking for MacGuffins. What Kylo has done, he stumbled across the long dead Emperor, Darth Sidious. Do it. And he told Kylo that he has to kill Rey in order for Kylo to inherit all of Darth Sidious's navy. Apparently, during those 30 plus years he's been hiding, he's got an entire Imperial navy that one ship can destroy an entire planet. As one star destroyer just makes a planet go poof, which is insane as it is. Regardless, Kylo needs to get Palpatine's navy, and in order to do that, he needs to be Palpatine's heir. And Palpatine sent him to go kill Rey. So basically, on the Resistance side, they're basically hopping planet to planet. What are you doing? They're basically hopping planet to planet, collecting artifacts, and trying to see how they can get to where the Emperor is, because his planet is hidden. That's basically the overall theme here. I'm sorry if I'm not like filling the holes, but the story here is kind of messed up. Now, usually, when it comes into filming, we have 3 parts of a film. We have the first act, the second act, and the third act. But when it comes to Star Wars, there are 4 parts to me. We have the first act, the second act, the climax, and the ending. I know it's basically kind of the third act, but to me, I like to have my endings in Star Wars different. So, we're going to talk about the likes and dislikes of the plot. Would you like to say anything first, or do you want me to go first?
Nope.
Nope, what?
I want to talk.
You want to talk?
No, I'm not talking.
Okay, I'm going to go fast then. What I liked about the plot, it's very fast paced, and the action in this movie is a lot. Like, I thought Infinity War had so much action from beginning to end, but I was so wrong. This movie has action piece after action piece after action piece. It just keeps on moving. Like, wow. It doesn't even give you a minute to breathe, and I love it. This whole movie is just one big action scene, and it just follows each other in that line. It's so breathtaking, so amazing, and I I couldn't keep myself in place. I actually thought I was gonna suffocate because the movie barely slowed down for you to breathe. It was exposition dump, action, exposition, action, and the movie isn't boring. It kept me entertained all the way. A few dislikes I did have with it is that because it was so fast paced, the slower moments were really rushed through. Like when it came to an emotional moment, I didn't get sucked in. I didn't feel anything because the emotional moments were just gone so fast. Same thing with more of like yeah. So aside from the emotional moments, I also feel like this movie was a bit too rushed for its own good, because not only did I not feel anything during the emotional moments, but like even rushing to the ending was a problem, because this was a course correction movie where it was fixing the mistakes of the Last Jedi, and therefore in this case it ended up trying to be 2 movies in one, which makes me feel that they should have done an episode 10 as a part 2 or something, because there was no way they could have been able to jam pack, because they put so much in this movie, and if you ask me, it was a bit too much for it to take. What they should have done is part 1, where it's a recourse, and then part 2 is where it's its own movie. But for what it is, I did love the fast paced. I just hated the fact that I couldn't get sucked into the emotional moments and such. Um, And yeah, I guess that's it for like the first and second act. They were really fast. We got to see different planets hopping. It was very nice. The climax and ending, I will get to that later because that's something special I want to talk about. Any likes and dislikes you want to give before we move on to the next part?
No.
No, it was all right for you. All right. Then we have the characters where we have I didn't make a long list here, but that's those are just some of the few I thought of. We have Ray. Ray actually is a better character in this movie. She actually has struggles she has to deal with. Unlike episode 7 and 8 where everything came easily to her. In this movie we see her training, we see her crying, we see her actually hit her low point, which is all that the fans wanted. And it's something that episode 8 really glossed over. In fact, in episode 8 it's as if like Ray wasn't even the main character anymore. In episode 7 she was, but they were kind of like setting up where it would be a big mystery for her later. So I don't know what it was about, but this movie really handled her well. I would say her character was very nicely done here and very much improved. Then we had Poe. Poe was how should I put Poe? He was my favorite character in the trilogy until this movie. Because what he was in the past few movies is that he was rash, but he was noble, and most of his intentions were good. In this movie, he just seemed to have like this rude attitude towards where he'd kind of be like biting and hissing at everyone. I don't know, it just kind of broke his character for me because that's not the same as it was in the previous two movies. So him having this extra character trait, it's not bad that you get to add more character traits, but I don't know, it just feels like they took away from the charming aspect of him from episode 7. And by the way, you're free to give any comments if you want. Please don't leave me talking by myself here. And you watched the movie as well. You had a few things to say. Then we have Kylo Ren. I know he should have come second, but what else? I feel like his arc in this movie was very good. I would say it was a bit rushed, but they did try their best to slow it down. His arc was very good in this movie, where we start out with Kylo and then end with Ben. I loved his turn, and I also loved that Han Solo scene. And also, people wondering how did Han Solo come back? He's not a Jedi. He doesn't use the Force. But then it kind of makes sense because he's a memory of Kylo. So I realize I'm talking too much. Let me give this guy a shot. What do you think of Ben's turn?
Don't know any time good.
You don't know why your turn is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you think that? It was just like so random to you, like it was a sudden turn. I mean, arguably, but I feel like Han Solo's inclusion in it was nice, and he had a nice memory of Ben. Finn and Jana. Jana was the former stormtrooper called TZ. I'm gonna call her Taser. That's a cool name. Disney, if you're listening, call Jana Taser. It's a cool name. I like their chemistry together. The fact that they're both ex stormtroopers that really works well in this film. Unfortunately, it doesn't get like a lot of screen time. There's not a lot of time to shine. So we had Finn and Taser. I like their arc. I feel like it didn't get a lot of chance to shine because the movie was so rushed. But I did like the chemistry together. And if we're gonna have a Finn and Taser ship, Phaser, I'm gonna call him Phaser. If we're gonna have a Phaser ship, I'll totally be into that. By the way, I forgot she was even played by Lupita Nyong'o. That was hilarious. By the way, stellar acting. And then we have the question they leave us at the end, like who she doesn't know who she is. I'll get on that later. That's a theory I'm thinking of. And we also had General Hux in this movie. I liked his character in The Last Jedi as well, where he was like over commanding, wanting more power, and him and Kylo having their rivalry. I always expected Kylo would be the one to kill him because they always had this deep rivalry between them, where they were always trying to impress Snoke. But turns out he wasn't, and also he was a spy. Like it was such a sudden turn that he was a spy. I mean, he does say that he wanted Kylo to lose, but like I don't know. I wasn't. I really didn't see this happening as him being the spy. Honestly, I could have been literally anyone else. But regardless, he got killed by, was it Officer Pride, General Pride? I don't know. He was with Palpatine from the original Empire, from the original trilogy. So it's fine. Hux, I really don't have much to say about him. His death was quick and sudden. Too rushed for me. Then we have Lando and 3PO. I'm putting these two together because, they were from the original trilogy. We know them. 3PO actually get his mind erased. Like, wow, that was a heart-wrenching scene. Problem is, he gets it back later in the movie. So you kind of contradict earlier. I mean, he does lose some of his memory. Like, let's say he lost what happened in a few months. But in all honesty, come on. it would have been so much worth it had he actually lost his memory. Like the consequences would have been there if he lost his memory for good, but he didn't. And all in all, I mean, it's all right. It doesn't like take me out of the movie. It just makes me a bit mad. But he definitely has the best arc in this movie over all the nine movies. Like 3PO's arc here was amazing. I loved how he was with the gang and he's just like conversing with them. And then we even had this funny chasing where he's like, "Terrific job, sir. Terrible job, sir." I died. That joke just landed for me. Yeah, so I'd say out of the nine movies, this was the movie where he definitely had his best arc. So stellar acting, and yeah. And then we had Lando. Lando in this movie to me was um, underused. That's the word I would say. He was underused. Like they advertised him a lot in the trailers, but he really wasn't there for a lot of the movie. Like all he did was show the gang where the map was. I mean, where the dagger was, the ship, and everything. And he also was the guy who came in with the army at the end. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble remembering this, but I'm trying my best here, guys. Okay. And then I guess that'll be it. I am left with two more characters here, but I'm waiting for my buddy here to finish what he's doing. But regardless, I would like to say that overall, in my opinion of the characters, I liked how the original team was here, like Ray, Poe, Finn, and 3PO. They were all in this journey. Even Chewie was in this journey. They were all in this journey together, beginning to end. The team was together. They weren't split up on different sub stories. They weren't going on their own mini adventures. They were all in this beginning to end, and they were in it as a team. I really loved that. I really liked it. And I hope more Star Wars movies could be like this, because usually when it comes to Star Wars movies, the characters like branch off to do their own thing. I really liked how they were as a group in this one. It really solidified it for me, and definitely one of my favorite aspects of the film, where we get to see them banter back and forth. Before I go on to the rest, I would like to leave the next two characters to my buddy here, so just excuse just a pause.
Mm, well,
You.
Palpatine was just old as usual.
Wow. Wow.
Man, it was weird how these guys are like a cult, huh? Just sitting there in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, were you okay with the dark? Because to me it was like a bit too dark. What do you think of it?
I could see some stuff.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, it was like he was just this weird zombie thing like attached to the machine until like he stole Kylo and Rey's life essence and became more powerful. The cult thing, I guess it was Sith like, you know? Yeah. Oh, speaking of Sith, what did you think of the Sith troopers? The red ones, the red guys.
Not bad.
Not bad. And Leia, what do you have to say about Leia?
Wow. Just said Ben and then died.
Someone did die. That should be the thumbnail of the movie. Episode 9. Save Ben and then die. But yeah, that's what happens to everyone, you know, they say Ben and then they go. Han says Ben. Leia. Luke. Maybe they should stop saying Ben. I realize Ben is like a bad word. Peter says Uncle Ben is out. The visuals and acting, I really like that. Like now we're done with the character. So the visuals and acting, I really liked it. I liked Rey's acting. She was really good in this. Daisy Ridley. I don't know all of their names because I don't know all of their real actor names because I suck. But Kylo was good. Also like Finn. Oscar Isaac was really doing well in this. I feel like he's one of those people that's really passionate about their roles. Oscar Isaac playing Poe. I feel personally he just had the time of his life in this film, and we even got some more backstory on them. We now know that Poe used to be a spice runner. Yeah, so he was really passionate about his role. Everyone actually was. We got Lando back. I said he felt underused. I wish they released him more because, like, he was the last of the original crew. Him, 3PO, and Chewie. They've all seen their friends die. Like the original cast, you know, we got to see Luke die, Han, Leia. Everyone from the old crew is gone. So I feel like Lando should have at least had a scene where he talked to Leia or grieved about Han, but it didn't work. The only person who we really saw get to grieve was Chewie in the end, and I mean, sad for sure, but I really wish we had that nice strengthening factor where we got to see the crew one last time. Maybe there was a picture of them or something, but that's not for me to say. Again, most of the acting in this movie was stellar. Carrie Fisher, even though she's gone, rest in peace, she is good in this movie, and I feel like with the recycled and leftover footage they had, they used it to the best of their abilities. There were a few weird moments here and there, but overall it was fine. And I like the part where she was dead, because even though we know that isn't her, it feels like she's still around. So I really like that from the filmmakers. Then we have the ending. Ugh, this one, you're gonna have to forgive me. I might have to spend a bit more time on this one, but I'm just gonna do it real quick. I might have to make a separate video about the ending because there's just so much to jam pack in here. Anyways, Rey goes to Tatooine. She buries Leia and Luke's lightsabers, and then she makes her own lightsaber, which to me looks like it was made from the hilt of her staff. What do you think? Yeah. And then we see it to become this yellowish, goldish one. Some people say it's orange. To me, it was yellowish, goldish. And there's this lady who says no one's been here in years. Who are you? And then she calls her name Rey Skywalker. To me, that's offensive. I mean, I understand why this movie is called Rise of Skywalker, but I had some expectations in this movie where I'll just list my expectations for this movie so you know what I thought. I thought there was gonna be a new order of Force users that was gonna be called Skywalker, not just Jedi. And I also thought that Poe and Kylo would die. Kylo did die, but Poe not so much. But back on my first expectation, I thought the new order was gonna be called Skywalker, as you saw from my theory in the trailer video. And we didn't see the new order at the end of this. I mean, we know there's gonna be more Jedi in the future, but I don't know. And the fact that Rey changed her last name to Skywalker, no, you're not Skywalker. True, your mentors were Skywalker, but we don't see Kenobi saying I'm a Jin or Anakin saying I'm a Kenobi. Be proud of who you are, Rey. True, Palpatine has done some messed up things, and people always think of Sheev Palpatine when they hear that name, not Rey Palpatine. But be proud of who you are. Be proud of who you are. By the way, I forgot to mention Rey is a Palpatine. I mean, people theorized about it. Like many people made videos about Rey being a Palpatine. Personally, I thought she'd be a Kenobi, but the fact that she's a Palpatine, that her father was the son of Palpatine and Ben's mother was the daughter of Vader, I feel like it had some nice comparison. What do you think about that? Yeah. And what do you think of the ending? Were you okay with her changing her name to Skywalker?
Yeah.
You are. All right. And I guess I will make a separate video about the ending. That was just the one thing I disliked about it. What I did like is the fact that she stands with BB-8 facing the twin suns. That was such a beautiful and poetic scene that when the movie ended, I actually clapped. It was so good. Were any people cheering in the theater like during the whole movie, or was it just like me, you personally?
Just people alone,
I go away. And then there were a few theories that we did have. These are just gonna be spitball questions. Maybe I'll make a video on these someday. Like, who is Snoke? Palpatine says that he created Snoke, but it's not answered. Was Snoke Palpatine's apprentice? Like, was he real and Palpatine's apprentice, or was he a force vision from Palpatine? It's not really explained. All he says is that I created Snoke. And who is Jana? To me, I feel like she could be Lando's daughter. What do you think? Oh, but what do you think of the Snoke theory? Because we still haven't got an answer to that. Alright. And how did Palpatine survive? Cloning? The movie suggests they could have been cloning, but to me, maybe because there's no way he could survive. I mean, he fell down a shaft, which vaporized him. We all saw it. And then the Death Star blew up. So his chances of surviving are zero. Because you fall down a shaft, the Death Star blows up. And even if you didn't die in the explosion, you're still in the cold vacuum of space. And even if you survive the cold vacuum of space, you'll be landing on the moon of Endor. That's like how an asteroid just lands. You'll be vaporized even before you hit the ground. Nah, dude, he didn't survive that. It must be a clone or something. Evil Ray, I knew it was a fake. From day one, I knew it was a fake. It had to be a vision. And who is Palpatine's son? Because to me, Palpatine never seemed like a man of relationships to you. No, like he never seemed to want to share his power with anyone. And if he did have a son, was his son gonna be like the heir to the Empire, or is that gonna be Vader? It's not really like explained that much. And yeah, how is he conceived? Maybe he's a clone of Palpatine. Maybe that could explain it. Maybe he's like a clone of Palpatine, then he calls his son. I mean, we've seen it before. Boba is Jango's clone, and we know that he goes by Boba Fett as Jango's son. So, and then we had the all Jedi versus Sith battle, where like all the Jedi were in Rey, as of all the Sith were in Palpatine. It was very cool, but I feel like it wasn't as fulfilling. What do you think? Like, you know how Rey had all the Jedi in her, and then Palpatine had all the Sith in him. So what do you think of that?
Cool.
Alright, if the audience can't hear you, please speak louder in the future. To me, I feel like Anakin should have showed up. I mean, he's a fast Skywalker. He's had to have showed up. Anyway, that's a separate video. And last questions. These are mainly towards you. What did you think of this movie in terms of an independent movie, like on its own? What do you think of it?
Good.
Good. Not bad, not great, just good. Finishing the trilogy. What do you think of it? Like just doing this whole story.
Good saga.
Good saga. Was it the best in the trilogy?
Yeah.
Better than Force Awakens and Last Jedi. And ending the Skywalker saga, now ending all the 9 films, do you think this deserved to exist and it was a very good ending?
Yeah.
Alright. To me, I would say that as an independent movie, it's a mess. The plot is all over the place and the pacing is crazy. But it's a really entertaining movie. I will give it that. Finishing the trilogy, it is the best. I remember way back when I watched Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I didn't like the Force Awakens because it was a rehash of A New Hope. I liked the Last Jedi because it was something different and it was better than the Force Awakens. This movie comes along, and never in my life have I seen a movie that drastically changes my opinion. Like usually when a new movie comes, my old opinions are cemented, like they never change. But this movie just changed my whole opinion. Like this movie did so much in it that was retconning and adding new stuff. It just changed my opinion so much that now I don't even know what to think anymore. Like the whole sequel trilogy, they didn't have a plan from the start. So each movie was like more weirder than the last, like Force Awakens. I liked it at first, but then when I watched The New Hope, I'm like, oh, I like it a bit less. Last Jedi, I liked it at first, and I still like it, but not as much as I do. And then now this movie comes in, and it makes The Last Jedi pointless. I'll do a separate video on this, and it's a really controversial topic for me. But The Last Jedi is a pointless movie now that this movie exists. Like this movie was supposed to be episode 8. Like if you think about it, this movie is more like episode 8 than episode 9, right? You think The Last Jedi should still exist?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, but that's it to me. I feel like finishing the trilogy, it did an amazing job. It really like brought all the stuff from the previous movies together, answered all the questions, and now it's finishing the job. As the problem is, my opinions on the past movies have changed. Like now, I like The Force Awakens way more than I did, and The Last Jedi, I like it less because to me now it just feels like a waste of time. This movie in itself, it's really good, and ending the Skywalker saga, I feel like this trilogy shouldn't exist. I feel like the Skywalker saga should have ended with Episode 6, and this should have been its own thing. That's not to say it's bad, because it's really good. I really like the ideas and themes and stories in this, but I just feel like it had no reason to exist. It's good. It just didn't feel worthy enough to exist. Regardless, it ended the Skywalker saga well. It brought all the stuff from the previous 8 movies together into this one film, which just made it a bit bloated, but not bad. It did the impossible, in which it made The Last Jedi better, but at the same time pointless. It improved on the other films, and it even touched the prequels a bit. All in all, this movie attained the impossible by making it both a bit pointless, but at the same time, if you are a Star Wars fan, you need to watch this. If you love The Force Awakens, you'll enjoy this movie. If you love The Last Jedi, you might hate this movie. It's one of those controversial things where it's a reverse. Regardless, my overall opinions, I love this movie. Not the best Star Wars movie, but obviously not the worst. I wouldn't put it in the middle. It's definitely above average movie. Very good. I just feel like it was a bit messy. In finishing the trilogy, it did great. In finishing the Skywalker saga, as much as it did need to exist, it did an amazing job that I feel would be hard to replicate in the future. And judging by what the struggles this movie had to go through, it really could have gone a lot worse. And therefore, it did the impossible. It made me happy with the final product, and I am happy to say I am proud of this Star Wars movie, and I am proud the way the Skywalker saga ended. That's the end of the review, guys. I'm sorry it took so long. It's unedited, there's no footage, but I did have my partner in crime in here with me. So I hope you guys will appreciate his company. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but I did think he would be good company. Tell me what you guys thought. Should I include him in more reviews, or should I just lay him out of the channel entirely? What do you think? Should I bring you in more? Alright, any last words you have to say before I close off?
Bye.
Alright, and yeah, tell me what you guys thought of episode 9. I'll definitely make more videos about this because there's just too much to do. And my partner has made this paper. It's backwards, but if you use a mirror, you'll see. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Alright guys, that'll do it for today. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Be sure to check out my channel a lot more, and I hope that I can make more videos for you from now on. Remember, this is a 13+ show, not for kids. Regardless, thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you in another universe.